Shondell talked about this earlier, but I want to reiterate. I understood that what I do helps Shaq. And I also understood that I want to be part of a winning team. I also understood that to be even earn the right to be part of a winning team, I had to be a winning teammate. I couldn't be the weak link. I had to add something to the environment, not subtract from the environment, right? I had to not just add my positivity or my energy to the environment physically, but I had to add some numbers to the scoreboard. I understood that if Christian David, had a meeting and we had to show up in person and they say, oh, Samir's number's here, Shaq's number's here, Shay's number here, and all the RVP's numbers, I want to see my RVP at number 1. And I better see some other teammates helping my RVP. I also understood when I go RVP, I'm not going to be able to ask my teammates to do anything unless I do something for my RVP. Right? I also understood that if I don't fight for month end, my team's never going to fight for month end. I understood that if I don't fight for incentives, my team's never going to win incentives. I understood that if I don't show up, my team's not going to show up. Right? I understood that if I don't take notes and review those notes, my team's never going to do that either. Everything is going to start with your personal goals and how you personally act so that your team can act accordingly. That future team that you're looking to lead, that future team that's going to get you free because you're responsible for training them. Yeah, that's going to be starting with you and your personal goals. But where are your personal goals? Are you intentionally trying to hit them? Are you going to sleep the last 5 days? What do you have in your brain? Are you thinking about what you're going to eat for lunch right now? Are you going to think about who you're going to meet next? I'm going to go. Yesterday, I met with my girl, Nikwa, and she's from Penn State. Guess what? I'm reviewing her policy. I'm not going to BS. I'm over here during Thanksgiving out of town on purpose, being intentional, right? Prospecting, getting referrals on Thanksgiving. You know why? Because I'm in a new market. And I want to have I always want to have new markets around me. I want to have more people. I never want to be in a position where I can be like, yeah, you said, Chantel, I don't have nobody to talk to. Oh, I understand, because let's just sit around and be broke together. No, right? Let me teach you how to get into that. And if you don't use it, you're just lazy. Me and Chantel just went over everything that we do. All you got to do is implement it, guys. All you got to do is open up your mouth. But anyways, know your company incentives. These incentives that the company throws out to us, it's literally they're tricking us to play a game and make money at the same time. It's so awesome. I understand, and Shondell understands, you guys don't know how it feels like to be on a company trip. But you're not going to win an all expense paid company trip where you can bring somebody with you. Again, all expense paid. Also, they send us when it's typically cold to a nice tropical place. When it's 30 degrees out here, they send us to like Hawaii, to Dominican Republic, to Bahamas, 80-degree weather. When it's 20, 30 degrees back home, they do that purposely so that the people that didn't fight, they're like, shoot, I should have, could have, would have, And you're not going to win those trips unless you win the small incentives first. So let's start with one of the smaller incentives. We have 5 days to recruit anybody that is ex-military or current military. $25 IBA, guys. A $25 IBA. If somebody doesn't have $25 for an IBA, they definitely need the opportunity. They definitely need it. That's 2 Chipotle bowls. And most people we sit down with, they waste $25 in a day. So right. Military IBA. I love the fact that go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna add something to that. As far as the military IBA, guys, anytime they have scenarios like this, you have to, again, we keep using this word, be intentional with your prospecting, right? So you don't reach out to people specifically in those markets. When we did it, kind of like when we were talking about first responders, military, reach out to people in those markets and utilize that. When Jess just recruit on our team, she just recruited a recruit. She hasn't recruited in a long time, recruited somebody that was military, right? Again, so you guys know, and just keep this in mind because it does work. Military spouses also can work, right? Because they have a military ID. Anybody that has a military ID, they can take advantage of this discount. I think all 8 of my directs this month are military. I got 4 this week from Saturday till now, 4 directs, right? So utilize the things that the company puts out for you as well.
That's tight. And Sean, I asked Shondell last night, actually, do you tell people that we have a military benefit going on when you call them and Steam call them, or do you just wait till after they go to the webinar? And she gave me the psychology behind it, which I understand, but I want you guys to hear it. So Shondell, can you kind of go over why you don't talk about the military discount up front on the phone and wait after the webinar?
Yeah, exactly. So anytime I'm prospecting, I'm not going to tell somebody, hey, yeah, come talk to me because you can get this discount, right? I'm going to talk to them normally, offer the opportunity normally, right? And when we get to the end and we're closing and we talk about the licensing, so hey, you know, Shaquille mentioned that it's $124 to get 3 state issued licenses, and it's only $124. The person is now like, oh wow, that's not too bad, right? $100, like we spend that. So then I'll say, okay, great. Well, our company is amazing. And I actually got this from Marin from when we were offering the $1 IBA. Our company is so great and amazing that every year, one month out of the year in November, we honor our military, either active military or veterans. And so with that, you now, instead of paying $124, which you thought was great, it's only $25. We're waiving the whole $99 portion. So now they already thought it was an amazing opportunity. And now you just tell them that it's even less than what it was before. There hasn't been a person that I talked to that said, no, I don't have the $25 after I did it that way. Right. So it's kind of like, not necessarily sticker shock, but it's like, okay, great. If I see something and it's $150 and then you see it's on sale, it's like, why not do it? Why not? You know? So yeah, that's what I was telling her last night.
Great job. Yeah, so the Broadmoor trip is going to be amazing. I know Shondell and Mike got the chance to go to Broadmoor, and you know, for me, I'm not really like an adventure type of person. Like, I'm not going to go and go dirt bike riding, but it looks pretty cool, you know. But when I saw the pictures, it was like, whoa, that's awesome. You guys got to look and sell yourselves a dream. You know, these things, when you go, it's not about the trip, guys. It's about getting to the next level. Don't you want to get to the next level? Don't you want to compound your results, right? Don't you want people to come to you and be like, yo, I don't know what you do, but whatever you do, and I know it's working. I know you're working. I know you're doing great, you know? So in order to win the trip, this is what you definitely got to do. Yes, with the other extra incentives that the company throws out here and there, like military IBA, that's cool. And yes, you want to take that advantage, like Shondell said, but every single month, you have to. If you want to be a respectable district leader, division leader, regional leader, and or RVP, right? You have to qualify at your level. What does that mean? As a district leader, you need to be and finish the month minimum at 3 by 2,500 of premium. 3 recruits by 2,500. As a division, you need to minimum finish at 5 by 5,000. As a regional, you need to finish at 7 by 7,500 minimum. But really, if you're in our hierarchy, 10 by 10,000, right? As an RVP, you know, hey, all RVPs got their own standards, but the company RVP is only 10 by 10,000 really to qualify. But the cool thing is, if you play up, let's say you're a district leader and you play at division level, even though you're not a division, oh man, not only do you pre-qualify skill-wise, you know what you're doing, and you'll be competing at a higher level, you'll make more money, but the company will give you extra bonus points towards the company trip. And I'll leave you guys with this. It's not about you and whatever you're going through. It's not about you wanting to eat some more turkey for the weekend, okay? It's literally, and I'm joking, right? But seriously, on a serious note, my mom didn't believe in the business until I took on her trip. My mother didn't believe in the business until I took her on a company trip. And I think it was definitely Bahamas or Dominican Republic, one of those. But when I took her, listen what I'm about to say. My mom doesn't understand English like that. So I made this woman sit in a conference, a celebratory conference, before we went and did our own thing, you know, because the company gives us a lot of time to go around and, you know, Paradise Island, whatever, wherever we're going to be at. And we leave the meeting after 3 hours. I made her get off her phone and sit and listen, and she doesn't even speak English, okay? And after the meeting, just like I asked all the teammates here that I work directly with, hey, what are 3 things you learned? I asked my mom that. she started laughing. She's like, I don't understand anything. All I know is you make a lot of money here. Everybody makes so much money. Everybody makes $1 million here, $1 million there, $1 million here. Literally, that's what she said. And I just started laughing. I'm like, yo, if anything, money talks. And if your spouse or your significant other or your brother or your sister or your cousin is knocking you, your best friend is knocking you for not making money, well, they should, because you're not working for it. You know, if you're not doing any activity, why would they praise you? You know, but if you're working, you're doing consistent activity and you're getting results, of course they're going to have a different belief in you. Of course you're going to get some, you know, referrals. Of course you're going to get some automatic prospect on Facebook or Instagram, or when you're out and about, your energy is going to be a little bit different. People are going to be like, yo, I love your energy. I love your vibe. I was in Kids Foot Locker yesterday getting socks for myself because I can fit kids socks, right? But I forgot to pack socks too. And I go in and I'm like, hey, is it, the manager greets me. And I said, hey, is it like funny that I'm here for myself because I actually need socks and I couldn't find the other Foot Locker and I can fit kids clothes? He's like, oh, not at all. And he notices, you know, my Beyonce Ivy Park attire, and I'm just dressed nice up and down. Like I'm not in like sweats that like are 10 years old and have rips. I don't have ripped jeans on, you know. When I go out, I purposely look nice so people can compliment me, and it opens up a conversation, right? The way you look also opens people up to you, right? The way you walk, the way you talk. He goes, I really like your energy. I was like, yeah, man, I work for myself, no stress at all. And he goes, oh, that's really cool. What do you do? I said, oh, I'm a financial advisor. I'm actually working on expanding up here in Philadelphia. But I'm here for Thanksgiving as well, of course. He goes, really? Oh, we should trade numbers. I was like, are you looking for an opportunity or something? He was like, I might be, you know. I didn't even purposely prospect him as far as coming at him. I was just coming in for some socks, and I was going to get his number regardless later, but he went ahead and prospected himself. Why? Because energy speaks, vibes speak, you know? You ever sit next to somebody and you just feel like their vibe is not right? Yeah, well, that could be you too, you know? You got to get your look together, your talk together, your walk together, like walk like you're going somewhere, you know? Go to Black Friday shopping, but window shop if you don't have the money for it. That's cool. If your budget is not there and you want to spend money on a Zara jacket, but you haven't hit your goal yet income-wise for the month, okay, put it on hold and talk to the person putting the clothes on hold. I just gave you an idea. That's what I used to do all the time, guys. That's what I used to do all the time. I used to put stuff on hold. I really wanted to buy it, and I had the money, but it was, I'll put it on hold. I'll come back tomorrow. If I still want it, I got to close something today to come back tomorrow. That's how I built my premium. But you got to give yourself some incentives too, you know? Anyways, anything you want to add, Shondell, before you close out? Well, I guess you can close out, right?
No, that's it.
So,
hey, I think we've given a lot of good ideas. Again, it boils down to recruiting will solve a lot of problems, guys. You don't have anywhere to go. Find a new recruit, get excited about them. They will take you to see people. You'll get referrals. Hey, who knows? You can find a recruit today. That recruit could recruit somebody tomorrow. Then you have 2 people you're taking on training appointments. You get 5 to 6 appointments set up between now and Wednesday. Who knows? You can get your 1,000, you can qualify at your level between now and Wednesday, right? So just go out there, talk to people. We have an unbelievable opportunity. All of the people that I've recruited this month, not all of them, most of them, about 50% of them, literally, they've been in long-term careers and they've been looking for something where they have control of their time, their flexibility. And you would have never thought, right? Somebody that's in the military for 20 plus years, they're going to retire soon. They're like, oh man, they're hot shots, right? No, they like hate it. They want something else. And you would never notice that unless you ask. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to post them in the chat. But obviously, we'll give you guys a couple minutes if you want to post anything in the chat. But obviously we have month end. So after this, set some appointments. Everything that we went through, reach out to people, see what you can get done.
There's a lot of time for those who work.